Hello and good morning, Facebook. Let me get my volume on here so that you can hear me as well as see me. There we go. Hi. Nice to see you today. My name is Eliza Bloom Robinson, and I am a transformational catalyst. I help people, women primarily, but I help people blast through, dissolve, dissipate lifelong limiting patterns, those places that you hit up against again and again and again. Shatter the invisible glass ceilings, those hidden barriers that we have, those hidden barriers that keep us from fully being ourselves in the world. And by doing those, we're clearing space, we're creating pathways, and then we're activating that which is deep in your heart and soul. Your deepest desires, your deepest dreams, that which is your very essence, that is yearning to be brought forth in the world. And we do that through clearing, we do that through process, and we do that through activation. So I say that I'm a transformational catalyst, and people sometimes go, what's that? Hey, Nisha. Hey, Christy. Thanks for being here. I appreciate that. What's that? What do you do exactly? You know, you get this funny look on your face, like, wait a minute. What? And so I thought what I would do is create this 5-day activation series. And it's been really fun. Today is day 5. In the comments, you can still join. If you join, you can still get all 5 activations. It's just a simple email list, but you're welcome to do that and get the all of the activations that we've done. But what I thought I'd do with this series is really just show you, really just demonstrate, really just connect, heart to heart, soul to soul, person to person with those of you who are alive and those of you who are watching the recording, and to serve. In each of these activations, I'm giving you a very powerful piece. Some in our world call it content. It's not content so much as it is experience, right? It's an actual experience. And each of these processes that we do changes things in your beingness for all time because of the technology that I use. The technology I use was downloaded from my own awakening experience. So I'm not going to go into that, because what we really want to do is find the place that we get caught, lift it up, look at it, transcend it, and activate its antidote. Today we're going to look at anger. Today we're going to, there's so much anger in the world, right? There's so much. It's like, oh my gosh. And even those of us who aren't angry people, it's so easy to get triggered by anger. Now, what I want to say first is anger in itself is simply an emotion. I see some comments coming through. I'll come back to those in a moment and say hello and address them in a moment. But anger in itself is just an emotion. And anger in itself is extremely powerful if we know what to do with it. Right? Because anger is something that will activate. Anger is very activating. It will get us off our butts and into action. It will say no more. It's extremely powerful in setting boundaries. It's like, nope, not doing that. Not doing that anymore. Whatever that boundary is for you. It's enough. Enough. So many of us, especially as women in our own lives, kind of put ourselves last, or at least lower on the list. There's always something. Those of us who are entrepreneurs, right? Some of you on the call right now, it's like, well, we'll do that first. We'll do that first. We'll do that first. And where does me come in? There's always more to do. So sometimes anger on that will be like, nope, that's enough. Me first. Me first, because when I take care of me, my body, my mind, my heart, my soul, and it's the soul, the heart and soul work that I do, then we are energized and filled up. If we're filled up energetically, then we can serve the world. If we're drained, then everything we do, it's not going to work anyway, because it's just going to be like this drainy kind of thing. So Anyway, let's see who's here. Steve, yep, thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Yep. Hey, Tammy, great to see you. Where do you put the email to join? It should be joined, it should be in the comments. I can't see them on this screen. Just above, like the description of this, it says join the series here. I'll also make sure it's in the comments when we're done, so thanks for that. So, let's do this. Are you ready? Give me a heart if you're ready. I know there's some of you on the line I can't see too, so so glad that you're here with us. Anger also shows up subtly, right? There's that anger that's rage. I was working with one of my clients yesterday who is raging about an injustice that she's living through personally. She is raging and she is activated in fear and all kinds of stuff. So that's one kind of anger, and we worked with that in a particular way. The flip side, not the flip side, but the other end of the spectrum of anger is that little irritation, right? Many of us have lived with that for years until we sort of woke up to ourselves that like, oh, I'm just so irritated. I'm just like irritated, you know, if he wouldn't do that or she wouldn't do that, or if the boss or the kids, or I just live in this energy of irritation. That is actually an anger that is being suppressed. So remember, anger's not bad. Anger gives us information. So as we get them information about the anger, we can do something with it. So activate some anger. It's the first step in my work. It feels counterintuitive, right? Because we're taught to push it away, to deny it. I'm not angry. You remember this, right? Oh no, I'm not angry. I'm not angry. I'm not angry. Ooh, that's ooh, right? You can just feel the anger flowing through that. So activate an anger, even if it's just an irritation, just for the sake of the experience, right? When I work with individuals and when I work with groups, we really dive into the energy that's present and we follow the threads so that we're really going to the core, and so we can dismantle in that manner. For this, we're going general so more people can experience it, right? So activate anger, like, oh, I activate anger. I can do it in an instant because it lives in my being and I'm not an angry person. But when I say activate angry, I immediately get a headache right here. It's like, oh. Now don't worry about that, because as I'm activating with the intention and for the purpose of transcending. So feel where anger lives in your body. A lot of us, it's in our jaws, our throats. Hey, Abigail. Good to see you too. Hey, Steve. Yep. Feel where you carry anger, the back of our necks, sometimes our bellies, sometimes it's a particular joint, especially if you've had an old injury, you know, it'll like, oh, my anger, oh, my knee is so acting up. Oh, this disease I've had forever is so acting up. Hey, Jim, yeah, shoulders and jaw. Yeah, so activate it, like let it be alive in you. As we're letting that come to life, so to speak, I just want to say emotions are really energy in motion. And so any emotion that you have, as long as it's moving, is perfect. Any emotion that you have, when it gets stuck, causes problems. So it doesn't matter what the emotion is, as long as it's moving, there's fuel there, there's energy there, there's movement there, there's information there. So from this moment forward, no longer judge your emotions. Learn from them, become curious about them. So activating that anger, right? Just let it become alive. It's not that you can create anger in your being, you can only acknowledge what's already there. Oh, this headache moved down to my right here. Jaw, yeah, again, jaw, right? So we're going to begin to look at it. We're going to begin to bring it forward, so to speak. We bring it forward first by just acknowledging that it's there. by accepting that it's there. It's like, wow, I'm really angry. It doesn't mean you have to do anything. It doesn't mean that flying off the handle in a rage is the right thing to do. It doesn't mean, burying it beneath the carpet is the right thing to do. Just begin to look at it. We're going to begin to activate it. We're going to begin to bring it out in front of our being so that we can see it. So that we can begin to put a little bit of space around it. If our emotions, if our anger are buried in the cells of our being, there's no way it can move. So we just begin to create a little space around it. Sort of we're digging for gold, right? Sort of we're just breathing space so that we can find the nugget, right? So we're going to do that. We're going to place anger out in front of us just so that you can begin to draw it. So it has somewhere to go. Imagine a container out in front of you. So just feel that anger just flowing right out to be contained, right? It won't separate if it thinks you're trying to get rid of it. But we're containing it. We're gathering it. We're looking at it. We're acknowledging it. So just let it kind of flow. You might want to pull on it a little bit. All of this is energetic work, but it's also playing on the physiological and the biochemical and the neurological levels. Feels like we're making it up and we're playing. Well, we are playing because a lightness, right, brings space to a heaviness. So look at your anger. It can keep flowing, but now we're just going to say, okay, the rest of you pull out and land here in this container and look at it. Go, wow, you're like so much bigger than I thought you were. I had no idea you were hanging out in me. Feel where it's moving in your body. You might feel it in another place now. You might feel it like, oh, now that the jaw is opening up, oh, down in that chest, oh, on my sternum, or oh, that spot in my hip, or whatever it is, right? Just let it flow. And we're going to ask it, we're going to dialogue with it today. We're going to say, wow, cool, there you are. I see you. Say it out loud. If you're in a place you can say it out loud. Say it to your anger, even if you can't say it out loud. I see you. What is your message for me? Don't think about it, just allow it. What is your message for me? We're coming into relationship with our anger. What do I need to know or see? We have all kinds of stories about why we're angry and why we're justifiably angry. So sort through the stories, like sort of sift. Remember those old flour sifters, right? Sift through to find the nugget. What is the nugget for today? What is the message, the awareness, the thing that anger wants you to know right now? Why is it here for you? Is it protecting? Is it activating? Is it moving you forward? Just feel it. Feel a dialogue happening. There you go. There you go. And begin to come into an awareness of gratitude. Like, oh my God, you're there for, you're really actually helpful to me, right? I can see, I can move with your energy. With the energy of anger, I can see differently. When I take it away from blinding me, right? And feel sort of out of nowhere, or the core of your being, or the earth, or the sky, or the universe, or God, or spirit, feel from wherever this dialogue that you're having with anger becomes so loving. Like your anger with anger just dissipated and became love. Can you feel that? Can you feel that? Notice what you notice. For many of us, our jaws just opened. That tension headache I just felt just disappeared. My shoulders lowered. My chest opened. I think my voice even changed, didn't it? It will for you too. Find the love. Find the love, not so much even for the anger, but find the love that is there in an intimate conversation. Right? You know, if you have conversations with people, right? Sometimes they're really, really hard conversations, and yet when you come through it, it's like there's so much love. There's so much intimacy. There's so much like, whoa, that was awesome. Even if it didn't go the way you wanted it to, right? So feel that love expanding, activating, and simply let go. Simply drop the container if you're holding it. Drop your arms. Drop your thoughts. Relax, surrender, and discover love. I'm just going to do a little energy activation right here. You can open your eyes and look into mine if you want, or you can keep them closed, either way. Oh, there we go. Did you feel that? Oh, yeah. Surrender and discover love. Love is the very foundation of the universe. Love is the very fabric of our being and the very breath we breathe. We talk about our life force, but in truth it's our love force. Love has a lot of names and a lot of connotations, but love in its purest essence is the invisible substance that permeates and penetrates and fills the inner spaces of the universe. Love makes all things new. Love leads us to authentic action as opposed to reactive action. Love will change our world. Love. Let your heart open. Let it open. I felt a resistance there, right? Just breathe into your resistance. Let your heart open even further. Let it receive. There we go. There we go. Using the energy, the emotion of anger, dialoguing with it, separating a bit from it, dialoguing with it, allows it to dissipate and fills the spaces with love. Notice what you notice, and before we go, I want you to type in the comments. If you're still here with us live, type in the comments. How do you feel right this minute? What do you notice? What's your aha? What did you experience? For most of us, we're going to notice our body feels lighter, our mind is clearer, our hearts are open. From this place of openness, ask the question of your own heart, of your own higher self, of a wisdom that is greater and different than your logical mind. What is mine to do yet? What is mine to do today? What is mine to do today? Little small actions, but stay in action. How can you express this being? How can you anchor it? How can you integrate it? How can you be it even more fully? Answer that question and then go do it. Place your hand on your heart. I am love. Love rules. Love will lead the way. Feel love for yourself. Feel love from yourself. And love from the universe. Very nice. Very nice. I'm Eliza Bloom Robinson, Transformational Catalyst, here to help you break through, shatter, dissolve the lifelong limiting patterns, the invisible glass ceiling, so that you can step into the most authentic place in your beingness and truly live the life of your dreams. We open pathways, we clear pathways, we step into action. We do that through spiritual work, through connection to that which is greater than us, connection to our purpose, our passion, and our higher self, connection with one another. We do that in a supportive container. I would love to support you along your journey. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to keep the series open for another day or two, and then I'll be closing it down. So if you want the activations, be sure to join on the links, and I'll see you around. Feel free to share. Please share it all around. That's it for today. Much love. Mwah. Bye.